Hey, what's up, everyone? Gaming Hearts 1 here. If you have not subscribed already, please do so by clicking on the button down below. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit briefly about Overwatch 2, mainly because that's something everybody's talking about right now because the launch for this game has been disastrous, and a lot of people have been complaining about numerous things. I've been online, and I've seen a lot of people complain about various things, from broken servers to tons of microtransactions, which is like a cardinal sin in gaming nowadays, and bad gameplay. And these things are something that I guess let a lot of people down, considering the fact that they've been waiting for like 5 to 6 years for this game to come out. Overwatch 2 is not as smooth in terms of gameplay as the original Overwatch game because a lot of people complain about various things, including hit detection, the fact that the art design in terms of character, like I guess the characters in the game, they look somewhat poor in comparison to that of the first Overwatch game. Basically, they have it where players have to grind at least 8 months in order to, I guess, gain access to a legendary skin, which is something a lot of people are pissed off about. Another thing people are pissed off about is the fact that they can't even use prepaid phones on, in order to play Overwatch 2 because I don't think that was an issue in the first Overwatch game. Also, I do feel like that, I guess it made certain people feel horrible about having prepaid phones and all that stuff. And I think they got it now where they got a mandatory phone number requirement where you need to have your phone number in order to have an account in order to play the game. And the thing is, like, that's something that a lot of people are not too comfortable with. Like in, I believe in Overwatch 1, it wasn't something that was mandatory or required or anything like that. But with this game, it's like you can't use, I guess you can't use one phone number for multiple accounts, which is something people are upset about because of the lack of flexibility and all that. And I do feel that, I don't know, like this game, like when it was released, a lot of people were excited to see it and play it. But then, I was looking online, I'm looking at the horror stories people have had in relation to Overwatch 2. Like, they had to wait in line or whatever, an online lobby for like 5 hours before playing, and the people who were unlucky, they would play through the game for a couple of minutes, and they'd get kicked off of the game that they were in for no rhyme or reasons. Also, it should be noted that they reduce the number of players can have on their team in PvP, because I believe at one point it was 6, or like that was the case in Overwatch 1, but they reduced it to 5, which a lot of people find disrespectful and not cool. And that was just one of the things that really added to all the negatives of Overwatch 2 in its launch. And it's just like there's just a lot of things about Overwatch 2 that a lot of people consider negative for the most part, because I guess they had higher expectations, especially considering the fact that, Blizzard is not necessarily an indie gaming company or anything like that. If this was like an indie gaming company and the launch was like this horrible, then okay, I get it. But, Blizzard has been around for a very long time. They've been around for decades, and a lot of people look at this like, you know what, they need to get their act together. And honestly, like for the past year or so, it seemed like for the most part, Blizzard has gotten nothing but negative publicity because, we all know about what happened with the allegations of sexual harassment at the workplace in Blizzard, and then also Diablo 4. I mean, that's something that I guess like that was something that was basically it was something that was like in the headlines for a while because a lot of people didn't know what direction the game was going to go in, because I believe one of the writers or directors, one of the key people who was responsible for I guess the direction of the game, they had departed from the company, and I guess it changed things. But Diablo 4 is supposed to be coming out in 2023, and I'm hoping that the launch for Diablo 4 is nothing remotely like what we got for Overwatch 2. And as far as the crash, I mean, I don't know if the game crashes or anything. I think it just kicks you off the lobby for no reason whatsoever. And I know it has to be incredibly frustrating if you waited hours to play that game, then that just happened. And honestly, I think it's something that, I mean, I don't think it's going to be like considered the worst game of the year or anything like that, because I think that title belongs to Babylon's Fall, because that game was absolutely horrible. And I think it was a game that fell below people's expectations and whatnot, but I don't think the release for Babylon's Fall was as bad as this, to be honest with you. A lot of people are hoping that Blizzard can eventually patch things up as time progresses, but we'll just have to wait and see. But this is really not a good look for Blizzard Entertainment, and hopefully they can make adjustments and fix things and make things more appealing to those who are fans of the Overwatch series, because for someone who's been waiting, or for people who've been waiting 5-6 years for an Overwatch 2, this right here is considered to be disrespectful, and Blizzard definitely has to do something in order to make amends with the fans of the Overwatch series.